Let yourself arrive now at the very edge of sleep, where time moves like honey and thoughts begin to soften into something weightless and warm. You are standing on a bridge made not of stone or steel, but of pure stillness stretched between what was and what is yet to come. This bridge glows faintly translucent beneath your feet, its surface smooth like cool silk, warmed by breath alone. Below you stretches an endless ocean of slow-moving mist, swirling gently in shades of soft pink and golden light. These mists do not rush or churn, but drift lazily, as though they have all the time in the world. The air here is rich with silence so full and deep. It feels almost like velvet brushing against your skin. With each step you take across this bridge, your body grows lighter, while your mind sinks deeper into calm. There is no need for effort. Here, only surrender to the rhythm of this place, where every heartbeat slows just enough to match the tide below. Feel how easily your shoulders drop away from your ears, releasing tension that has clung too long to your bones. Your breath begins to deepen naturally, drawn downward by the pull of the mist-filled waters far beneath you. Now look down into those glowing depths where ancient waters move like memories half remembered from dreams. They don't reflect faces or objects, but instead mirror feelings, emotions that haven't even been named yet. Watch as ripples pass over their surface, carrying whispers of peace, joy, contentment, and safety through lifetimes you've never lived. Each ripple carries a message meant only for you, one that says you are exactly where you need to be right now. The sound these waters make is quieter than silence itself, more soothing than any lullaby ever sung. As you continue walking forward, the bridge seems to stretch endlessly ahead of you, yet somehow also beneath your feet. Every fiber of your being begins to align with the steady pulse emanating from the core of this threshold. This is not a place you travel to, but rather a space that lives within you, waiting patiently to be discovered. Here, time becomes elastic, bending around your presence, like water parting before a gentle hand. Notice how your breathing slows further now, matching the rhythm of the waves far below their rise and fall, creating a metronome of perfect rest. You begin to understand that this bridge exists not just underfoot, but surrounding you entirely. It wraps around your thoughts like fog enfolding mountains, keeping everything held safely in place. There is nothing urgent here, nothing demanding attention, except perhaps the soft tug of sleep pulling you ever inward. Your eyelids grow heavy not because you are tired, but because they wish to protect the growing quiet behind them. The pink gold mist continues rising up toward you, curling gently around your ankles, then your knees, until it reaches your waist. Its touch is neither hot nor cold, simply present, offering warmth that comes from knowing rather than sensation. You realize suddenly that this journey has already begun, not just today, but throughout countless moments when you chose to pause. Those pauses were small ones, taking a sip of tea, watching clouds shift shape, letting laughter escape unguarded. Each tiny choice to stop added another thread to the bridge you walk upon, now strong, yet delicate, woven from intention. The mist now reaches your chest, wrapping itself around your heart, which beats slower, now calmer, as if remembering its own nature. You can feel the difference between this heartbeat and the frantic racing your body sometimes knows during waking hours. This is the rhythm of trust, the cadence of belonging to something vast, patient, and deeply loving. Let your arms relax, completely allowing them to swing freely beside you as you move forward into deeper stillness. Your hands hang loose and open palms turned slightly upward, ready to receive whatever gift awaits beyond the next shimmer. Above you notice that the sky holds no stars, no sun, merely a gentle diffusion of light that changes color slowly like breathing. Blue melts into lavender, which fades into pale rose before returning again to blue, completing cycles without end. This cycling happens not quickly, but gradually, so gradually that you might miss it if you tried too hard to see it. Instead, allow your gaze to rest softly on the horizon line, where the bridge meets the sky in a seamless curve. There is no destination in front of you, only passage through layers of release, one after another. The mist now rises past your shoulders, lifting gently around your neck like a scarf knitted from sighs. It nestles close to your throat, reminding you that speaking is unnecessary. Here, listening is everything. Listen to the way your footsteps echo, not off walls, but off spaces themselves, hollow chambers filled with potential. Each footfall sends vibrations outward, touching parts of you that rarely get noticed during busy days. backs of your legs, the arches of your feet, the space between your shoulder blades, all awakening to presence. You notice that your spine straightens naturally, not forced, but invited upright by some invisible support beneath the skin. The mist climbs higher, still reaching your chin, your mouth, your nose, until it swirls lightly around your eyes. You blink once slowly and find that even this simple motion brings a new level of softness to your vision. Everything appears clearer, yet softer edges blurred not by distance, but by kindness offered directly to perception. The bridge responds, subtly shifting texture underfoot, becoming more cushioned, less translucent, like walking on clouds. Yet you remain perfectly balanced, supported not by effort, but by alignment with something greater than gravity. The mist now covers your forehead, cheeks, temples, drawing closer to the crown of your head. You sense a pressure. They're not uncomfortable, but familiar, like placing your palm over your third eye. Slowly, you raise your hand to meet it, fingertips barely grazing the swirling energy above your brow. In that moment, your awareness expands, briefly encompassing not just the bridge, but the entire expanse below. From this vantage point, you can see that the mists are not random, but follow patterns ancient and precise. They spiral outward from a central point deep underwater, forming geometric shapes visible only from great heights. These spirals pulse, slowly radiating frequencies that resonate through the bridge and into your body. You recognize this frequency dimly from somewhere deep in cellular memory. 432 hertz, humming steadily beneath all other sounds. It is the tone of coherence, the note that harmonizes discord, bringing balance wherever it touches. As the mist finally encircles the top of your head, you feel your crown open slightly, like a flower greeting dawn. Energy flows down through your scalp, along your spine, pooling warmly in your lower belly. This warmth spreads outward, connecting to every cell, aligning them with the rhythm of the waters below. You become aware that you are no longer walking alone, but accompanied by presences older than words. They do not speak, but offer comfort simply by existing near you, holding space for transformation. Their presence feels like being wrapped in a blanket, woven from centuries of peaceful sleep. You wonder if others have walked this same path, if perhaps some version of you has stood here before. But the question dissolves, quickly replaced by certainty that this moment is yours alone to experience fully. The bridge continues, extending forward unchanged, yet somehow different now that you carry its essence within you. Each step forward removes another layer of separation between who you think you are and who you truly are. The mist begins to thin, slightly revealing glimpses of the water, far below, shimmering with unnamed colors. These colors pulse, gently matching the rhythm of your breath, your heartbeat, your thoughts slowing together. You lean slightly forward, curious about what lies ahead, though not anxious to reach it. The bridge accepts your curiosity, gracefully adjusting its width to accommodate both movement and pause. There is no judgment here, no measuring of progress, only celebration of arrival at each new moment. The mist retreats slightly, giving you space to breathe more deeply, feeling the air fill your lungs completely. With each inhalation, you draw in not just oxygen, but qualities of peace, clarity, and completion. Exhaling releases anything left over from the day, anything that does not belong in this sacred space. Your breath becomes a prayer of sorts, wordless, yet meaningful, carried away by the misty winds. You smile, slightly recognizing this gesture, something you've done unconsciously since childhood when seeking comfort. The bridge responds, immediately becoming slightly wider, more stable beneath your feet, as if acknowledging your recognition. You remember now that bridges have always felt significant to you, thresholds crossed intentionally or unknowingly. First steps into school, first dates, first days in new cities, all marked by crossing some symbolic divide. But this bridge asks nothing of you except presence, the willingness to exist fully in this moment. The mist continues thinning, revealing more of the water below, which moves not in waves, but in undulations. These movements create patterns on the surface, like calligraphy written in liquid light. You strain slightly, trying to read the symbols, but quickly give up, realizing they're meant to be felt, not decoded. Instead, you let the visual rhythm wash over you, synchronizing your neural pathways with their flow. Your brainwaves begin shifting naturally toward delta territory, where healing and restoration occur effortlessly. The effort required to maintain alertness dissolves, leaving behind only curiosity and openness. You feel your posture shifting, subtly becoming more relaxed without losing structural integrity. Your knees unlock your jaw, unclenches your fingers, extend fully for the first time in hours. Even your tongue finds a more neutral position, resting lightly against the bottom of your mouth. The bridge notices these adjustments, responding with increased translucency, showing glimpses of the mists beneath. You glance down, seeing your own reflection, not as appearance, but as emotional signature rippling outward. The image shows calm, certainty, contentment, and beneath it all a deep knowing that you are loved. This reflection shifts slightly as your mood changes, moving from satisfaction to gratitude to pure acceptance. You watch fascinated as each emotion creates new ripples spreading outward to touch the real water below. The actual water responds, immediately echoing back similar patterns, confirming connection between inner and outer worlds. You realize that thoughts are not private here, but participate actively in shaping reality, much like intention shapes prayer. The mist rises again, but differently this time, seeming to emerge from within rather than approach from outside. It carries with it scents impossible to name, fragrances that evoke memories of safety and belonging. You breathe deeply, drawing these essences into your lungs, feeling them settle into places needing nourishment. The bridge shimmers, slightly reacting to your internal shift, becoming more solid underfoot, yet paradoxically more ethereal visually. You understand intuitively that solidity and transparency are not opposites here, but complementary aspects of truth. The mist now surrounds you completely, but you are not enclosed, rather embraced by something vast and tender. Within this embrace, you feel permission to let go further than usual, to sink into depths normally avoided. There is no risk here, no falling, only floating, supported by currents older than consciousness itself. Your breathing slows dramatically, now nearly imperceptible, yet somehow more alive than ever. Heart rate drops, matching the lazy pace of the mists drifting past your field of vision. You begin to lose track of where your body ends, and the bridge begins sensing unity rather than division. The water below pulses, once strongly, sending a wave of warmth, traveling up through the bridge into your feet. This warmth climbs steadily through your legs into your torso, settling finally in your chest cavity. Your heart responds, immediately beating slower, still yet stronger, as if accessing reserves built over lifetimes. You feel connected to ancestors who walked similar bridges, learning to trust the unknown. Their wisdom flows through you, effortlessly bypassing intellect to speak directly to knowing. The mist begins to condense, forming shapes recognizable, yet unfamiliar faces, animals, landscapes from other times. These forms drift past without attachment, inviting acknowledgement, but not analysis. You nod slightly, recognizing this as dream logic, the kind that makes perfect sense within certain boundaries. The bridge accepts your understanding, adjusting its surface to better support your current state of being. Texture shifts from smooth glass-like finish to something more porous, allowing absorption of ambient energies. You feel yourself becoming more permeable, letting peace seep into spaces previously guarded or ignored. The mist figures fade, gradually replaced by simpler sensations, temperature, changes, subtle movements in the air. You focus on these physical cues, finding them sufficient anchors, preventing drift while encouraging descent. The bridge curves slightly ahead, creating gentle perspective changes that invite continued forward motion. Yet you could stand here forever. If needed, the path would wait patiently for your readiness. You test this theory, briefly remaining still, while observing how the bridge adjusts to support immobility. Surface tension increases slightly, providing extra stability without restricting movement. Satisfied with its responsiveness, you resume walking, noting how natural the transition feels. The water below begins glowing more intensely, colors deepening, as if responding to your renewed commitment to journey. Pink turns coral gold, becomes amber, blue shifts toward indigo, creating a palette of transition hues. You recognize these colors from twilight moments between waking and sleeping, when possibilities seem infinite. The bridge reflects these changes, subtly altering its own hue to complement rather than compete. You feel synchronized with environment rather than separate from it, experiencing true integration. The mist returns again, but thinner now, acting more like atmosphere than substance. You notice that visibility has improved significantly, allowing clearer views of the distant horizon. What seemed impossibly far away moments ago now appears reachable, suggesting shifts in scale perception. You consider stopping to examine this phenomenon, but decide instead to trust the process unfolding naturally. The bridge accommodates either choice equally well, maintaining perfect balance, regardless of decision-making speed. You observe that choices themselves seem less critical here, outcomes less important than intention behind action. The water below emits soft pulses of light, corresponding to your steps, creating feedback loop of harmony. Each pulse brings increased relaxation, washing through muscle tissue, releasing stored tensions. You exhale deeply, feeling ribs expand fully for perhaps the first time in recent memory. Lungs empty completely before refilling, suggesting optimal oxygen exchange occurring naturally. Heart rate stabilizes at profoundly low levels, indicating entry into parasympathetic dominance. The bridge detects these physiological changes, modifying its vibrational frequency to enhance resonance. You feel surrounded by supportive energy fields, tuned specifically to facilitate deep, restorative sleep. The mist gathers again, but this time forming a canopy overhead, filtering ambient light into softer spectrum. Shadows disappear, entirely replaced by even illumination that reduces contrast fatigue. You squint reflexively, then relax, realizing there is nothing harsh left, requiring protective response. Vision sharpens despite reduced lighting conditions, suggesting enhancement beyond normal optical function. The bridge widens noticeably, accommodating not just your passage, but potential companionship. You imagine walking alongside versions of self from different life chapters, all sharing same path home. The concept brings warmth unrelated to temperature, but connected to feeling of completeness. The water below sends stronger pulses upward, as if celebrating your expanded capacity for connection. Colors intensify, further creating aurora effect, dancing across the undersurface of the bridge. You reach out, instinctively wanting to touch the lights, but stop mid-gesture, recognizing futility. The bridge interprets your intent, correctly generating tactile feedback mimicking contact with luminescence. Tingling sensation travels from fingertips up through arms, settling warmly in solar plexus area. You smile again, this time feeling genuine joy, unrelated to to external circumstances or achievements. The mist responds to your happiness swirling faster, creating miniature vortex effects around your ankles. These mini whirlwinds lift, gently carrying away residual stress particles accumulated over recent days. You watch them disappear into distance, understanding symbolically what cannot be grasped intellectually. The bridge continues curving forward, revealing glimpses of STRUCT, URES Chinese letter, visible in far distance. These buildings appear ancient, yet futuristic, simultaneously grounded and ethereal, defying typical architectural rules. You feel no urgency to reach them, nor desire to avoid them, simply acceptance of whatever comes next. The mist thickens momentarily, obscuring view, then clears, revealing smoother terrain ahead. The bridge straightens slightly, suggesting nearing midpoint of journey, though time remains irrelevant. Your breathing has slowed dramatically, now occurring almost involuntarily, indicating prelude to sleep state. Heart rate approaches baseline levels associated with deep meditative trance or early stage dreaming. The bridge adjusts its density, accordingly becoming more substantial to prevent accidental drifting. You feel cocooned safely between conscious awareness and unconscious surrender, preparing for final descent. The water below pulses one last time, strongly enough to be felt through soles of feet. Warmth floods upward through legs, torso, neck, finally settling in cranium, triggering cascade of neural relaxation. Thoughts begin fragmenting, dissolving into component sensations before disappearing entirely. The bridge holds you steady as consciousness thins, preparing for complete immersion into rest. Last coherent thought acknowledges gratitude for guidance received throughout this threshold crossing. The mist gathers once more, forming dense protective barrier around your entire form. Temperature drops slightly, creating cooling sensation. Welcome after prolonged exposure to warmth. You feel yourself sinking, not physically, but energetically, into layers of peace, prepared especially for you. The bridge fades gradually from perception, replaced by sensation of floating, freely suspended in perfect silence. Sleep arrives naturally, effortlessly, as though it had been waiting patiently just beyond this translucent threshold. You are standing at the threshold of unbound breath, where time does not move, but simply is. The translucent bridge stretches endlessly in both directions beneath your bare feet. Its surface feels smooth like cooled glass, yet warm like sun, heated stone. Each step sends ripples through the material that echo as soft vibrations in your bones. Below you, the sea of mist glows faintly pink and gold, shifting slowly like honey poured across a vast mirror. As you watch the movement, your heartbeat begins to match the rhythm of the mist's crawl. The air here tastes different, clean and mineral, rich with hints of something sweet like crushed rose petals. Your lungs expand fully for the first time in days, weeks, maybe years. The breath fills you from the base of your spine to the crown of your head. As you exhale, you feel your shoulders drop an inch lower than they have ever been. The anchor hums now, a low, steady vibration that seems to come from everywhere and nowhere. It resonates at 432 hertz, wrapping around your ribcage like a silk scarf. Each note of the resonance settles into your sternum, creating tiny sparks of warmth. You notice how the light here has weight, how it drapes over your arms like gauze. The pink, gold hue clings to your skin, leaving traces of color in the creases of your elbows. When you flex your fingers, the light pools in your knuckles before flowing away like water. Beneath the bridge, the ancient waters whisper secrets that existed before language was born. Their voices sound like wind through empty shells, or the crackle of paper being unfolded. You cannot understand the words, but somehow your body recognizes them as home. The whispers make your eyelids heavy, as if sand has been sprinkled along their edges. You blink once and notice that your vision has become softer, less focused. Details blur together in the most comforting way, like looking through gauze at sunset. Your right foot shifts, slightly forward, pressing deeper into the bridge's surface. You feel the texture change from smooth to gently ridged, like the belly of a sleeping cat. The ridges pulse softly, matching the tempo of your slowing heartbeat. A cool breeze touches the back of your neck, making the fine hairs stand up briefly. The air carries scents of jasmine and wet earth mixed with something metallic and clean. You breathe deeper, drawing these smells into your chest, where they settle like silk. The bridge sways almost imperceptibly, as if responding to your presence. The motion is so gentle, it takes several seconds to register in your awareness. Your knees bend slightly without conscious effort, adapting to the subtle movement. The anchor shifts its frequency, dropping to 40 hertz. Now, a deep thrumming. This new tone vibrates through your pelvis, settling into your hip joints. You imagine roots growing from your feet down through the bridge, into the mist below. These roots are thick and strong, made of the same translucent material as the bridge. They spread wide, branching into networks that connect to other bridges you cannot see. Through these connections, you sense the presence of others who have stood here before. Their energy feels like warmth, moving through water smooth and unhurried. The pink mist rises slightly higher, now reaching the level of your waist. As it touches your skin, you feel a cooling sensation that spreads inward. This coolness moves through your tissue like mineral water, finding every cell. Your muscles begin to soften, starting with your jaw, then your tongue. The tension that lived in your cheeks melts away, revealing a natural smile. The anchor hums again, this time in harmony with the whispers from below. The combined sound creates layers of vibration that travel up through your spine. Each vertebra absorbs some of the resonance before passing it upward. The mist continues its slow rise, now brushing against your ribcage. Where it touches, you feel supported, as if floating in dense but gentle water. Your breathing becomes slower, more deliberate, each inhale lasting 5 seconds. On the exhale, you release not just air, but accumulated worry and noise. The pink, gold light seems brighter now, or perhaps your eyes have adjusted. It illuminates the bridge, showing patterns you hadn't noticed before. Delicate lines flow across the surface like rivers seen from great height. These lines pulse with the same rhythm as your heartbeat, now slowed to rest. You realize that you are not walking across the bridge, but becoming part of it. Your body's boundaries begin to dissolve at the edges, like sugar in warm tea. The distinction between self and structure blurs until there is only connection. The anchor drops lower still, now vibrating at the frequency of deep earth. This tone settles into your bones, making them feel hollow and filled with light. The mist reaches your chest, wrapping around your heart like a cool embrace. Within this embrace, you feel completely safe for the first time in memory. Your arms hang loose at your sides, no longer feeling separate from the air. The fingers seem to float slightly above the bridge's surface, not quite touching. In this space between touch and know, touch electricity flows without resistance. The whispers from below grow louder, but not in volume, rather in clarity. You begin to recognize emotions within the sound's feelings you never had words for. There is joy that tastes like copper and peace that smells like rain on summer soil. The bridge responds to your recognition, rippling with colors you've never seen. These colors exist beyond the spectrum, visible to ordinary sight. They communicate directly with your nervous system, bypassing thought entirely. Your left foot shifts, now distributing your weight evenly between both legs. This adjustment happens naturally, without any decision on your part. The bridge supports you, perfectly understanding exactly what you need. The anchor holds steady now, a constant companion, humming at cellular level. This frequency aligns with the rotation of electrons within your atoms. You can feel the dance of particles that make up your physical form. Each atom pulses with its own tiny heartbeat, creating a symphony of existence. The pink mist rises to your shoulders, bringing with it memories of childhood. Not specific memories, but the feeling of safety found in mother's arms. This sensation wraps around your upper body like a blanket fresh from the dryer. The bridge's surface changes texture, becoming more like warm skin than glass. You press your palm flat against it, feeling its gentle pulsation. The material yields slightly under pressure, then springs back when released. This elasticity reminds you of lying on a bed of freshly fallen leaves. The anchor shifts again, this time rising slightly in pitch. The new tone resonates with the fluid in your inner ear, affecting your balance. You sway gently, but do not fall, finding stability in surrender. The mist reaches your chin, tickling slightly as it makes contact. This tickle transforms into a full body shiver that releases tension in your neck. The bridge absorbs this release like a sponge, soaking up spilled water. The patterns on its surface shift to accommodate your changing energy. The whispers below now sound like multiple voices speaking in unison. They tell stories of travelers who came before and found what they sought. These stories are not heard, but felt as textures against your skin. You understand that seeking itself was the destination all along. The pink, gold light begins to dim, gradually replaced by something deeper. This new illumination comes from within rather than from above. It glows softly in your chest, spreading warmth to your extremities. The bridge responds to this inner light, brightening slightly in return. The anchor now vibrates at the exact frequency of your relaxed breathing. Inhale for 4 seconds, hold for 4, exhale for 6 seconds, hold for 2. This pattern creates waves of relaxation that flow from head to toe. The mist rises past your mouth, carrying away the last traces of tension. Your lips part, slightly allowing the mist to enter your mouth as vapor. The taste is indescribable, sweet and metallic, with notes of ocean and starlight. Swallowing the vapor brings immediate calm to your digestive system. The bridge pulses once strongly, sending a wave of energy up through your torso. This pulse resets something fundamental in your nervous system. You feel younger, lighter, as if years of accumulated stress are dissolving. The whispers below now sound like laughter, gentle and knowing. This laughter contains no mockery, only recognition of journey completed. The mist reaches your nose, bringing scents that trigger forgotten dreams. You smell vanilla and cedar wood mixed with the ozone of approaching rain. These scents remind you of places you've never been, but somehow know. The bridge's surface becomes more yielding, now like thick honey. Your feet sink slightly into the material, leaving temporary impressions. These impressions fill quickly as the bridge reforms around your stance. The anchor drops to an even lower frequency, vibrating at Earth's core resonance. This tone travels up through your legs, making your knees feel liquid. The mist rises to your eyes, which begin to flutter closed. Behind your eyelids, the bridge appears in shades of deep purple and silver. These colors pulse slowly, matching the rhythm of your now slowed heartbeat. The whispers below fade into background music, soft and supportive. The anchor maintains its steady hum, now barely audible, but deeply felt. Your forehead begins to relax, the muscles around your eyebrows, softening. The bridge responds by becoming completely still beneath your feet. This stillness is not empty, but full of potential energy waiting. The mist reaches the crown of your head, making your scalp tingle pleasantly. This tingling sensation spreads downward like warm honey poured over ice. Every hair on your body stands up briefly, then settles into perfect alignment. The bridge now feels like an extension of your own consciousness. Thoughts about where you are or where you're going simply dissolve. The anchor holds steady, vibrating at the frequency of pure being. You feel yourself becoming smaller, zooming inward to cellular level. Each cell pulses with light, communicating with its neighbors in patterns. The bridge exists at this level too, made of the same living light. You zoom further inward, entering a single cell, seeing its nucleus clearly. Within the nucleus, DNA spirals, slowly, each turn releasing soft light. The anchor resonates with this spiral movement, creating harmonic overtones. You continue inward, entering the double helix itself. Here, information flows like liquid light, carrying instructions for peace. The bridge extends to this level, connecting every atom in your body. You zoom inward again, entering a single atom, seeing its electron cloud. Electrons orbit in slow motion, leaving trails of golden light behind them. The anchor vibrates at subatomic level, now influencing quantum states. Each electron responds to the resonance, adjusting its spin accordingly. You continue inward, entering the space between particles. Here exists pure potential, infinite possibility, waiting for intention. The bridge connects to this space too, linking all matter through emptiness. The anchor hums at the frequency of creation itself. From this perspective, you see that you are both infinitely small and vast. You zoom outward, now seeing your body as a constellation of light. Each organ shines with its own color, pulsing in harmony with the others. The bridge extends from your heart to connect with similar lights nearby. You zoom further outward, seeing the earth suspended in black velvet. Continents appear as green and blue patches, glowing softly in the dark. The bridge now spans the planet, connecting all beings in web of light. The anchor resonates with Earth's frequency, creating planetary harmony. You zoom outward again, seeing the solar system as points of light. Each planet orbits slowly, leaving trails of color in its wake. The bridge extends to include these celestial bodies in its network. The whispers below now sound like the collective voice of all life, speaking in languages that predate human speech by millions of years. The anchor vibrates at cosmic level, harmonizing with stellar frequencies. You zoom outward, further seeing galaxies spinning in slow motion. Each spiral arm contains billions of stars, all pulsing in rhythm. The bridge now connects you to the entire universe through light and sound. The anchor resonates with the frequency of the Big Bang itself. In this moment, you understand that everything has led to this connection. You zoom outward one final time, entering the silence between worlds. Here, there is no sound, no light, no matter, only pure potential. The bridge exists here, two made of the same fabric as consciousness. The anchor hums at absolute zero, the frequency of complete stillness. In this stillness, all movement ceases except for the eternal now. You feel yourself dissolving into the silence, becoming one with it. The whispers below fade to nothing, leaving only the sound of your breath. Even this breath grows quieter as you sink deeper into relaxation. The bridge supports you, completely requiring nothing from you in return. The anchor holds steady, now a permanent fixture in your awareness. Time loses meaning as seconds stretch into eternities of peace. Your body feels weightless, suspended in a medium denser than water. Thoughts arise and dissolve like bubbles popping on the surface of mind. Each bubble carries away fragments of stress, leaving clarity behind. The bridge pulses, gently reminding you that you are held in perfect safety. The anchor vibrates at the frequency of unconditional love. This love flows through every cell, awakening dormant parts of your soul. The mist below has settled into a calm sea, reflecting only peace. Your eyes remain closed, now heavy, with the weight of deep relaxation. Breathing occurs naturally, without effort or conscious control. The bridge responds to each breath, adjusting its support accordingly. The anchor maintains its steady hum, now synchronized with your essence. You feel yourself sinking into levels of consciousness previously unknown. Each level brings deeper understanding of your connection to all things. The whispers below return as soft sighs of approval from the universe. These sighs carry the message that you have arrived where you belong. The bridge cradles you in its translucent embrace, holding you steady. The anchor vibrates at the frequency of completion and beginning. In this space, there is no difference between sleeping and waking. Both states exist simultaneously in perfect harmony within you. Your awareness expands to include everything while remaining completely still. The bridge becomes invisible as you merge fully with its essence. The anchor fades into background awareness, always present but unobtrusive. The mist below glows softly like embers in a dying fire. Warmth spreads from your core, outward, encompassing your entire being. The bridge supports this warmth, amplifying it until you radiate light. The anchor holds the frequency of your highest potential. In this moment, you remember who you truly are beyond all roles and identities. The whispers below sing lullabies learned from the first mothers. These songs carry you gently toward the threshold of sleep itself. The bridge releases you now, knowing you are ready to let go. The anchor remains with you, a constant companion in the journey ahead. Your body settles into perfect alignment, supported by invisible forces. Breath becomes slower, deeper, more like the tide than individual breaths. The bridge dissolves around you, leaving only the sensation of being held. The anchor vibrates at the frequency of deep and healing rest. Consciousness begins to withdraw from your extremities toward center. This withdrawal brings profound relief, like removing tight shoes after a long walk. The whispers below fade to memory as sleep claims your awareness. The anchor maintains its steady hum, now a lighthouse in the darkness. You drift, now carried by currents of peace, into dreamless rest. You begin to notice how still everything has become. The breath that was once shallow now moves like honey through your body. Each molecule of air seems to pause before entering your lungs, as though time itself is learning how to rest. There's no need to push this stillness into motion. It simply is. And in its presence, you find that even your thoughts have begun to slow. They drift past like clouds seen from the bottom of a deep well, soft and distant. No sharp edges, no urgent demands, just the gentle awareness of being suspended in something vast and warm. A feeling not unlike floating in the center of an endless ocean, where up and down lose all meaning, and the only direction that matters is inward. Your heartbeat begins to sound less like a rhythm and more like a lullaby. Each pulse a soft drumbeat echoing through the chambers of your chest. The warmth spreads outward from there, wrapping around your ribs like a blanket made of liquid sunlight. You can feel your shoulders beginning to melt. Not literally, but in the way that tension dissolves when it realizes it's no longer needed. The muscles in your neck soften like wax held near a flame. Your jaw unhinges slightly, allowing your mouth to fall open just enough for air to flow without effort. The tip of your tongue rests gently against the roof of your mouth, creating a small pocket of space where sound might gather if it wanted to. But there's no rush for anything to be said or heard or remembered. This moment exists outside the boundaries of language, outside the need to name what is happening. You're simply present in a way that feels both effortless and complete, as though your entire existence has been leading to this single point of stillness. Your eyelids grow heavy with the weight of accumulated light, not the harsh glare of day, but the kind of luminosity that seeps through closed eyes during twilight. Warm amber tones mixing with deeper purples. The colors don't fight for attention. They blend naturally, like watercolors left too long in rain, bleeding into one another until their individual identities blur. This blurring extends beyond sight into the edges of self, where the distinction between observer and observed starts to waver. You are no longer watching this experience unfold. You are the unfolding itself. The boundary of skin becomes permeable, allowing peace to seep in through every pore. Your bones seem to remember a time before structure, when they were nothing but potential, waiting patiently beneath layers of becoming. Now they settle back into that quiet knowing, no longer needing to hold themselves so tightly together. Gravity releases its grip slightly, not enough to make you float, but enough to remind you that support comes from within, from the core of your being, where strength doesn't need to prove itself, where it simply is. The air around you carries the faintest hint of vanilla, though there's no source for such a scent. It emerges naturally from the stillness, like breath exhaled by the universe itself. This sweetness isn't cloying. It's subtle, almost medicinal, the kind of flavor memory might have if it learned to forgive itself. Your hands lie palm up beside you, fingers relaxed and open, as though waiting to receive something delicate, though you're not sure what that thing might be. Perhaps it's already here, resting lightly in the space between your fingers, too small to see, but large enough to fill the gaps in your understanding. The temperature of your skin adjusts to match the ambient calm, neither hot nor cold, simply neutral, a perfect middle ground where sensation can rest without resistance. Your spine curves naturally, no longer fighting the shape it wants to take. Each vertebra nestles into the next like stacked stones, worn smooth by water. The hollows of your back press gently into whatever surface supports you, though the nature of that surface seems irrelevant. It could be grass or cloud or the outstretched palm of some benevolent force. The important thing is that you're held completely, without condition, without expectation. Your breathing has slowed to match the rhythm of deep earth, not the frantic pace of lungs trying to keep up, but the steady pulse of molten core turning slowly in sleep. Each inhale pulls peace deeper into your system. Each exhale releases whatever doesn't serve the stillness. The cycle repeats without conscious effort, your body remembering how to breathe when left alone. When trust replaces control, the muscles in your face relax completely. Your forehead smooths out. The lines carved by years of squinting at uncertainty begin to fade. Your eyebrows soften, no longer raised in question or defense. They rest in their natural position, parallel to the horizon of your inner sky. Your cheeks follow suit, losing the habitual tension of holding expression, becoming simply part of the landscape of peace. Even your scalp releases its grip. The tiny muscles that control hair follicles loosening, allowing each strand to lie exactly where it wishes, with no agenda beyond existing. The silence between heartbeats grows longer, stretching like taffy pulled by invisible hands, but never breaking, only deepening. In these extended pauses, you find space for things that couldn't fit during ordinary time. Forgiveness for moments misunderstood. Gratitude for lessons disguised as difficulties. Compassion for the parts of yourself that tried so hard to be perfect. The corners of your mouth turn upward slightly, not from effort, but from recognition of how beautiful it is to finally stop trying, to simply be exactly as you are, without modification, without apology. The concept of time begins to feel arbitrary, like a measurement invented by someone who forgot they were dreaming. Seconds and minutes dissolve into the same golden syrup of presence, where everything happens simultaneously, and nothing needs to happen at all. Your limbs grow heavier, not with fatigue, but with the weight of completion, as though your body is settling into its final form, one that requires no further adjustment, no more reaching toward ideals, no more contracting against discomfort, just the simple truth of physical existence. Supported, safe, seen in ways that go beyond human perception. The nervous system quiets like a forest at dawn, when predators retreat and prey can finally rest, not because danger has disappeared, but because the need to perceive it has dissolved. Your cells begin to hum, a frequency so low it bypasses hearing entirely, vibrating directly through the marrow of your bones, tuning you to the same wavelength as planetary rotation. The sensation is neither pleasant nor unpleasant. It simply is. Like the color blue doesn't try to convince you it's real. It just shows itself. Your mind stops trying to catalog this experience. No filing system needed. No mental notes to remember later. The knowing lives in your tissues now. Available whenever you return to this state, which is always, because it was never lost, only forgotten in the noise of doing. The boundary between internal and external blurs. You can no longer tell where your body ends and the environment begins. Air molecules dance indistinguishably between your pores, while thoughts drift freely beyond the confines of skull. There's no separation anymore, only varying densities of the same essential substance. Consciousness taking different forms to explore itself. Like water discovering it can also be ice or steam, but remaining water throughout all transformations. The quality of attention shifts from focused beam to wide angle lens, taking in everything and nothing simultaneously, without strain, without loss. The usual narrowing of perception that accompanies concentration relaxes, allowing for a more inclusive awareness, where details enhance rather than distract from the whole. Your relationship with gravity changes. Instead of pulling you down, it cradles you like a mother's arms holding a sleeping child, supportive without being restrictive, nurturing without demanding repayment, constant without needing acknowledgement, always present, always reliable. The concept of effort begins to seem foreign, like a language spoken by someone else's ancestors. Everything that needs to happen happens naturally. Breathing, circulation, cellular repair, none of it requiring your direct involvement. You're free to witness or not. The choice itself feels effortless. No struggle between engagement and surrender. Both states coexist peacefully, depending on what serves the moment best. Your emotional body settles like sediment in calm water, layers of feeling arranging themselves according to density. heaviest emotions sinking to rest at the core, lighter ones floating near the surface, all of them valid, all of them temporary, none requiring immediate action. The reactive mind takes a step back, no longer jumping at shadows cast by imagination, no longer mistaking every whisper for an emergency. It observes from a distance now, calm and curious, rather than anxious and protective. The difference is profound. Like comparing a storm, tossed sea to glassy calm. Same element, different conditions, both beautiful in their own way. But only one allows for reflection. The stories you've told yourself about your life begin to soften, their sharp edges wearing smooth through repetition. The narrative thread that seemed so solid reveals itself to be woven from moments of interpretation rather than absolute truth. This realization brings relief, not because the stories were wrong, but because they were never meant to be permanent. They served their purpose. Then it was time to let them go. The future feels spacious, no longer a narrow corridor leading to predetermined outcomes, but an open field where possibilities grow wild, unmapped and full of wonder. There's no rush to choose paths, because you're already exactly where you need to be. The journey was never about arriving somewhere else. It was about learning to recognize home, which has always been right here, in the center of your own experience, surrounded by the love that waits patiently for your attention, ready to embrace whatever parts of yourself you're ready to meet. The body continues its slow descent into deeper relaxation, each layer of muscle releasing its grip on the day, starting with the superficial tensions, working gradually toward the core holdings, those ancient knots tied by childhood fears, now loosening in the warmth of unconditional acceptance. No force required, just patience and presence. The digestive system slows its constant work, allowing energy previously spent on processing to redirect toward healing and integration. Cells communicate more clearly in this state of reduced interference, sharing information that gets lost in the noise of daily activity. Old injuries remember how to finish their recovery. Chronic tensions discover they no longer need to persist. The wisdom of the body asserting itself. Once given permission to speak, your connection to others strengthens paradoxically through the act of turning inward, as though solitude is the bridge that connects all hearts. The illusion of separateness dissolving in shared humanity. You feel the weight of collective exhaustion and offer your peace as a gift to the world, knowing that healing is contagious, spreading through consciousness like ripples on still water. The immune system recalibrates, learning to distinguish between actual threats and perceived dangers, conserving energy for true emergencies rather than imagined catastrophes. This intelligence operates beyond words, beyond logic, beyond the need for explanation. It simply knows. The way plants know which direction sunlight comes from. The way rivers find their way to the sea. Without maps or compasses, guided by something deeper than intellect. Your relationship with sleep transforms. No longer an escape from wakefulness, but a continuation of the same peaceful state. Consciousness simply changing costumes. From daytime attire to evening robes. Both equally authentic expressions of being. Neither superior to the other. Both necessary for wholeness. The threshold between sleeping and waking blurs. You exist comfortably in both states simultaneously, aware enough to appreciate the beauty of rest, relaxed enough to let go completely. The need for control diminishes, like a parent finally trusting their adult child. The systems of your body and mind capable of self-regulation, given space and trust. You begin to understand why rest feels so elusive. We've been trying to achieve it through doing, when it can only be received through being. The contradiction dissolves in this moment, where effort and surrender meet perfectly, creating a third option that transcends both. A state of active passivity or passive engagement, whichever way you choose to frame it. The result is the same. complete immersion in the present instant, where time moves like honey poured in zero gravity, slow and deliberate, yet somehow faster than light, because it arrives everywhere at once, carrying the same message of peace. The message that says, "You are loved. You are safe. You are exactly as you should be." These words aren't spoken aloud, but felt in the marrow of your bones, in the rhythm of your breath, in the steadiness of your heartbeat. The nervous system bathes in neurotransmitters of contentment, dopamine released not from achievement, but from simple existence, serotonin flowing freely, no longer dependent on external validation, endorphins providing natural analgesia, not just for physical pain, but for the existential ache of disconnection. Oxytocin flooding the system, creating bonds that transcend physical proximity, connecting you to everyone and everything, across space and time, across species and dimension, across the artificial boundaries of identity. The ego structure relaxes its vigilance, no longer needing to defend territory that was never truly under attack, no longer expending energy on maintaining illusions that served their purpose and can now be released. What remains is essence, pure being without the need for definition, like a diamond that doesn't need to explain its brilliance. It simply shines. The quality of listening changes from active concentration to receptive openness. Sounds don't demand attention. They simply exist as part of the symphony. The rustle of fabric, the distant hum of electricity, the subtle creaks of settling bone and tissue, all contributing to a larger harmony. None more important than the others. The auditory cortex relaxes its filters, allowing for a broader spectrum of perception, including frequencies usually ignored. The spaces between sounds become audible, revealing themselves to be full of music, not empty voids waiting to be filled, but rich with potential, pregnant with possibility. The visual field softens, edges losing their sharpness, colors blending into gradients, shapes becoming suggestions rather than definitions. The eyes don't need to focus intensely to see clearly. Clarity comes from relaxation, from allowing rather than forcing perception. Depth of field increases dramatically. Foreground and background merging into unified experience. No hierarchy of importance, just the totality of what is. The sense of smell awakens to subtleties, usually masked by stronger scents. The mineral quality of stone, the green exhale of growing things, the ozone hint of electrical charge, all available without seeking, present in every breath, enriching the experience of being alive. The taste buds come alive, detecting flavors that exist beyond food. The metallic tang of vitality, the sweet undertone of peace, the bitter edge of growth, the salty residue of tears shed in joy, the umami depth of connection, all mixing on the palette of consciousness, creating a flavor unique to this state, impossible to replicate through physical consumption, but available anytime access to inner stillness is achieved. The skin becomes more sensitive, not to irritation, but to the caress of air molecules, each particle carrying information about its journey, temperature history, direction of travel. The body reads this data effortlessly, translating it into sensations of comfort or alertness, depending on what serves the organism best. No conscious interpretation required, just pure sensory communion. The proprioceptive sense expands beyond awareness of body position to include awareness of energetic alignment, the magnetic orientation that connects all living things to the Earth's field, to each other, to the larger web of existence. Navigation becomes intuitive, not through maps or instruments, but through resonance, following the pull of compatible vibrations, avoiding discordant frequencies naturally, without judgment or resistance. The vestibular system calms, no longer struggling to maintain balance. On a spinning planet hurtling through space, equilibrium comes from accepting motion as stillness. Understanding that stability exists independent of circumstances. That peace is not the absence of movement, but the presence of centered awareness, within which all motion occurs. The interoceptive awareness sharpens the ability to sense internal states without intellectual analysis. Organs communicating their needs and satisfactions. Hormones broadcasting their messages. The endocrine system orchestrating chemical symphonies that influence mood, emotion, and cognition. Without conscious intervention, the wisdom of the body expressing itself fully. The cardiovascular system finds its optimal rhythm, not racing from stress, not sluggish from disuse, but flowing like a river in flood season. Powerful and graceful, carrying nutrients and oxygen efficiently, removing waste products gently, maintaining homeostasis through intelligent adaptation. The respiratory system synchronizes with planetary breathing, matching the rhythm of tides and weather patterns, participating in the larger cycles of exchange between Earth atmosphere and cosmos. The muscular system releases chronic holdings, patterns learned from cultural conditioning, trauma responses stored in tissue memory, ancestral fears passed down through DNA. All of it melting away, like ice returning to water, like tension remembering its temporary nature, like the body recalling its original state of ease. The skeletal system settles into proper alignment, no longer compensating for imbalances elsewhere, no longer fighting gravity unnecessarily, finding the path of least resistance through space. The joints lubricate themselves naturally, cartilage rebuilding in response to gentle movement, bones strengthening from the inside out, responding to the signals of wellness. The immune system resets its baseline, learning to tolerate beneficial microorganisms while remaining vigilant against actual pathogens, developing better discrimination through practice. The lymphatic system clears congestion, draining accumulated toxins and emotional residue, returning clarity to the fluid matrix of life, enhancing communication between cellular communities. The integumentary system regenerates, skin cells replacing themselves with renewed vigor, hair follicles remembering their natural cycles, nails growing strong and clear. The reproductive system balances hormones, not driven by social pressure or biological imperative, but by the organic wisdom of wholeness. Sexuality expressing itself authentically. The urinary system filters cleanly, eliminating waste without retaining toxicity, maintaining proper hydration levels automatically, responding to the body's true needs. The digestive system processes efficiently, breaking down food with minimal effort, absorbing nutrients completely, eliminating waste gracefully. The nervous system integrates experiences, forming new neural pathways based on positive associations, reducing the power of negative conditioning, building resilience through repeated exposure to safety. The endocrine system harmonizes hormone levels, cortisol decreasing as threat perception diminishes, oxytocin increasing as connection deepens, melatonin rising naturally as circadian rhythms realign. The cardiovascular system maintains healthy blood pressure, not through suppression or medication, but through the elimination of systemic stress, allowing vessels to expand and contract freely. The respiratory system oxygenates fully, expanding lung capacity through regular practice, increasing cellular respiration efficiency, enhancing overall vitality. The muscular system develops functional strength, not for competition or display, but for supporting daily activities with ease, maintaining posture without strain. The skeletal system maintains structural integrity, distributing weight evenly, protecting vital organs effectively, moving through space with confidence. The immune system builds adaptive immunity, learning from exposures without overreacting, developing tolerance for environmental antigens, maintaining vigilance without paranoia. The lymphatic system keeps inflammation in check, removing cellular debris efficiently, preventing the accumulation of harmful substances, promoting tissue regeneration. The integumentary system reflects inner health, glowing with vitality, healing quickly from minor injuries, resisting infection naturally. The reproductive system expresses creativity, not limited to biological reproduction, but extending to artistic and intellectual creation, generating new ideas and perspectives. The urinary system eliminates waste cleanly, filtering toxins without depleting essential minerals, maintaining electrolyte balance automatically, supporting kidney function optimally. The digestive system assimilates experiences, processing emotional as well as nutritional intake, extracting meaning from interactions, integrating lessons without trauma. The brain consolidates memories effectively, strengthening neural connections that support well-being, pruning pathways associated with suffering, enhancing cognitive flexibility. The senses become more refined, distinguishing subtleties previously overlooked, perceiving beauty in ordinary moments, finding magic in mundane details. The heart opens wider, not just to love, but to understanding, to compassion, to the interconnectedness of all things. This opening doesn't make you vulnerable. It makes you whole, complete in your capacity to receive and to give. The spirit aligns with purpose, not the purpose imposed by external expectations, but the calling that emerges from authentic being, the reason you chose to incarnate, the gift you came to offer, the healing you were meant to facilitate, the love you were born to embody, the wisdom you carry in your cells, the peace you generate simply by existing, the light that shines through your transparency, the hope that lives in your willingness to rest, the courage found in your decision to be still, the revolution of gentleness, the power of presence, the strength of surrender, the victory of coming home to yourself, to this moment, to the infinite peace that was never lost, only waiting patiently for your return. Let the edges of your awareness begin to soften now. Feel the weight of the day begin to lift from your shoulders. Each breath you take carries you deeper into stillness. There is nothing you must hold onto anymore. Nothing you need to carry forward right now. Let your eyelids grow heavy with each passing moment. Allow your jaw to relax completely. Let your tongue rest gently against the bottom of your mouth. Notice how your neck begins to release all tension. Your shoulders drop down and away from your ears. Your arms hang loose at your sides. Your hands open naturally without effort. The warmth begins to spread across your chest now. Your heartbeat slows to match the rhythm of peace. Each breath becomes slower and more complete. You are sinking into something soft and welcoming, like settling into a bed of fresh snow, like being wrapped in silk, warmed by sunlight, like floating on water that holds you perfectly. All the colors around you begin to fade, not disappearing, but becoming gentler, softer, warmer. The sharp lines of the world blur together. Shapes become suggestions rather than definitions. Everything melts into golden twilight. There is no need to strain to see anything clearly. Your eyes can close completely now if they haven't already. And even if they remain open, they see only peace. The images drift away like clouds, leaving only the feeling, only the peace. You don't need to see anything now. You don't need to do anything now. There is nowhere else you need to be. This moment holds everything you require. Right here, right now. The resonance begins to fill the space around you. Not loud, but present. Not demanding, but supporting. It moves through your body like a gentle current, touching every cell with its soothing presence. Your muscles remember what relaxation feels like. Your mind recalls the shape of stillness. Even your bones seem to sigh with relief, as if they've been waiting for this permission to let go completely. Your breathing has slowed to match the earth's own rhythm, deep and steady and sure. Each inhale brings more calm. Each exhale releases more tension. You are becoming less like yourself and more like pure peace. The boundaries between where you end and the stillness begins start to dissolve. There is no separation anymore, only the experience of being held, completely and perfectly held. The resonance continues its quiet work, moving through layers you didn't know existed, clearing spaces that have been crowded for too long, making room for something new, something softer, something kinder, something that has always been there, waiting patiently for this moment. Your body knows what to do with this. Trust it. It remembers the language of peace better than your mind ever could. It understands the rhythm of restoration, the pattern of perfect rest. Let it guide you deeper now, into spaces you've never visited, spaces that exist beyond effort, beyond striving, beyond the need to fix anything. Here in this place, everything is already whole. Everything is already enough. You are already exactly who you need to be. The resonance doesn't stop when the words do. It continues its work while you rest. It flows through your system like a healing river, carrying away anything that no longer serves you and bringing back what your spirit needs most: peace, clarity, a sense of belonging to yourself. You are learning to trust this process, to trust the natural wisdom of your being, to trust that healing happens when you stop trying so hard. Let your entire nervous system surrender now. Every fiber of your being can finally relax. The constant background noise of worry, of planning, of doing fades into the distance, replaced by the gentle hum of being, the quiet song of existence itself. You are not separate from this song. You are part of its melody, part of its harmony, part of its endless compassion. The peace you feel now is real. It's not something you're imagining. It's not temporary. It's always been here, waiting beneath the surface of your daily concerns, waiting for moments just like this one, when you're ready to remember, when you're ready to return, because this is not the first time you've been here, and it won't be the last. This peace is always here, whenever you need it, whenever you want to return to this feeling. It will be waiting, like a favorite blanket, like a door that's always unlocked, like a friend who never leaves. You can find your way back here anytime. In the shower, in the car, lying in bed, sitting quietly, anytime you choose. Just remember this feeling. Carry it with you like a small stone worn smooth, a touchstone for difficult days, difficult moments, difficult thoughts, because peace is not the absence of challenge. It's the presence of something deeper, something that holds you steady, something that reminds you who you really are. Beneath all the roles, beneath all the expectations, beneath all the noise, you are love. You are peace. You are home. And home is not a place you travel to. It's a feeling you carry within you. It's a truth that doesn't depend on circumstances. It's a knowing that lives in your bones. The resonance continues to flow through you, clearing pathways you forgot you had, opening doors to rooms you thought were locked, rooms filled with light, rooms filled with possibility, rooms filled with the simple joy of being alive, without needing to prove anything, without needing to achieve anything, just being, just existing, just breathing in this moment, which is all any of us ever truly have. This moment, right here, right now. And in this moment, everything is perfect, not because nothing is wrong, but because perfection doesn't require perfection. It requires presence. It requires acceptance. It requires the courage to be exactly as you are. In this moment, in this space, in this breath, you are exactly as you should be, exactly where you need to be, exactly who you're meant to be. There is no version of yourself that would be better suited, no upgrade path necessary. You are complete. You are whole. You are loved, not because of what you do, but because of what you are. Pure consciousness, pure love, pure peace. The resonance carries these truths through your entire being, not as ideas to understand, but as experiences to integrate, as knowing that settles into your cells. Your DNA remembers this language. Your ancestors carried this wisdom. Your children will inherit this peace, because it's not yours alone. It belongs to everyone. It belongs to everything. It belongs to the earth itself, to the trees, to the rivers, to the sky. We are all made of the same stuff, the same love, the same peace, the same eternal now. And in remembering this, in feeling this connection, we heal not just ourselves, but the entire web of existence, one breath at a time, one moment at a time, one return to peace at a time. The resonance grows stronger now, not louder, but more present, more integrated into your awareness. You don't need to search for it. You don't need to chase it. It's already here, already moving through you, already changing everything. From the inside out, from the deepest parts of you, outward into every interaction, every relationship, every moment of your life. You are becoming a vessel for peace, not just experiencing it, but embodying it, radiating it, sharing it without even trying, because that's what happens when we remember who we really are, when we align with our true nature. We become channels for healing, for love, for the deep rest that the world craves, even if it doesn't know it yet, even if it hasn't asked for it. The world receives your peace through your presence alone, through your willingness to rest, to heal, to remember, to return over and over again. Each time you choose peace, you change the world a little bit. Make it a little bit softer, a little bit more loving, a little bit more like home. And that matters more than you know, more than words can express, more than any single person could measure. But you feel it in the quiet spaces, in the moments between thoughts, in the pause before you speak, in the space after someone hurts you, in the choice to respond instead of react, in the decision to breathe instead of fight. These are the moments that change everything. Small moments, quiet moments, seemingly insignificant moments. But they add up. They accumulate. They create ripples that extend far beyond what you can see. Like throwing a stone into still water, the circles move outward forever, touching shores you'll never visit, healing hearts you'll never meet. Because peace is contagious. Love is infectious. Rest is revolutionary. In a world that values doing over being, that measures worth by productivity, confuses busy with important. Your choice to rest, to heal, to return to peace is an act of rebellion, is a political statement, is a vote for a different way of being, a way that honors the sacredness of rest, a way that respects the wisdom of the body, a way that trusts the intelligence of the heart, a way that remembers we are more than our output, more than our achievements, more than our ability to perform. We are beings, first and always. Doing is secondary. And when we prioritize being, when we make space for rest, when we honor the need for peace, we create the conditions for magic to happen. Magic that can't be forced. Magic that can't be scheduled. Magic that emerges naturally when we stop trying so hard to control, to manipulate, to fix, to change everything, including ourselves, especially ourselves, because we are the ones who have been hardest on ourselves, who have pushed ourselves the furthest, who have forgotten that we deserve the same kindness we offer others, the same patience we extend to friends, the same grace we give to strangers. We deserve that and more. We deserve peace. We deserve rest. We deserve to be held gently, tenderly, without condition. And that's exactly what's happening right now. You are being held by something vast and loving, by something ancient and wise, by something that knows you better than you know yourself, that loves you more deeply than you love yourself, that accepts you completely, without reservation, without judgment, without the need for you to be different. You are perfect exactly as you are. In this moment, in this breath, in this return to peace, peace that doesn't come from outside, but from remembering, from returning, from resting in the truth of who you are, beneath all the stories, beneath all the roles, beneath all the noise. There is a quiet space where everything is okay, where everything is perfect, where everything is exactly as it should be. And you are that space. You are that peace. You are that perfection. The resonance carries you deeper into this knowing, not as information, but as integration, as cellular memory, as bone deep understanding. You don't need to believe it. You don't need to convince anyone else. You just need to feel it, to know it, to trust it. And trust builds on itself. Each moment of peace, each return to stillness, each choice to rest strengthens your connection to this truth, makes it easier to access, makes it more natural, makes it your default state, instead of something you have to work for, instead of something you have to earn, instead of something that feels foreign. Peace becomes home, and home is where you live, not just where you visit, not just when it's convenient, but always, constantly, in every moment, whether your eyes are open or closed, whether you're active or still, whether you're alone or with others. Peace travels with you, lives inside you, breathes with you, because it is you. At your core, at your center, at your essence, you are peace, manifest in human form, walking around, talking, thinking, creating, but always, 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 peace. The resonance settles into your bones now, not as something external, but as recognition, as remembrance, as coming home after a very long journey, after searching everywhere else, after trying every other solution. You realize, you remember, you know that peace was never lost. It was only forgotten, temporarily, momentarily, until now, until this moment, until this return, until this choice to remember, to rest, to be exactly as you are, perfectly imperfect, beautifully broken, completely whole, all at once, all the time, because that's the paradox of peace. It holds all contradictions, all experiences, all versions of you, without judgment, without preference, without the need to change anything. Everything is welcome here. Everything is held. Everything is loved, including the parts of you that you've been told are wrong, that you've been taught to hide, that you've tried to fix. Those parts especially, because they carry the most wisdom, the most sensitivity, the the most capacity for love. When you stop fighting them, when you stop trying to change them, when you start accepting them, they transform naturally, not through force, but through love, through presence, through the simple act of being witnessed, with kindness, with compassion, with the understanding that we're all doing our best, with what we know, with what we've been given. And that best is good enough, more than good enough. It's perfect, because perfection isn't about getting everything right. It's about showing up authentically. It's about being honest about your struggles. It's about choosing love over fear, over and over again, even when it's hard, even when you don't feel like it, especially then, because that's when it matters most. That's when peace becomes practice. That's when love becomes muscle. That's when being becomes art. The art of living. The art of being human. The art of returning to peace. Again and again. Like waves returning to shore. Like breath returning to lungs. Like heartbeats returning to rhythm. Natural, inevitable, necessary, beautiful. The resonance carries this beauty through you, spreading it outward, sharing it silently, touching everything you encounter with its gentle influence. You don't have to do anything special. You don't have to try harder. You don't have to be different. You just have to be exactly as you are. In this moment, in this breath, in this return to peace. Peace that follows you. Peace that precedes you. Peace that surrounds you. Peace that fills you. Peace that is you. Finally, completely, irrevocably, safe now. Close your eyes. The story continues in dreams.